Okay, it is November 6th. I have been working on my garden beds. Took out the old beds and have set up this kind of hillbilly terrace system since we were on a slope. It is really hard to gauge it on here, but there is a pretty steep slope right here where my garden is at, and so this system should, in theory, keep everything in place. So this is my main walkway that the others shoot off of. It's kind of hard to tell, but the wider beds right here are the growing beds. These beds right here, the skinnier ones, are the walkways. And it's kind of hard to see, but there are slabs up there, cedar slabs, old boards, stuff like that that are down. And then this darker stuff is mulched, composted tree bark that I'm using kind of a mulch to save on all the tree bark that is in that pile there by the compost bin that I made. So it will look eventually like this. Just have bits of tree bark from old logs at the sawmill that we mill going there, and then the beds have been more or less started to be filled with dirt, the good beds from my old garden beds, and then eventually I will bring in a truckload of compost and fill that up. So I did the math, and we should have 420 feet of growing space. That is not including the walkways, and so that is all stuff that can just have plants put in there. It runs all the way up to my trellis, which is kind of hard to pick up on the video. The trellis system of trees there, of dwarf apple trees. So that row is always going to more or less be something that I don't care a whole lot about because it's probably going to get invaded by tree roots, even though they're dwarfing root systems. So I'll probably just run beans, bush beans or something up through there all the time. But the garden is coming along. It's taking a while just to do the grunt work of filling in the walkways, and then we'll get a truckload of compost in here and start filling them to the brim with compost. Looking forward to growing this way next year, and hopefully it works out easier than the ways we've been doing it.